Today we're turning the clock back to the first day of May in 1926, the kind of warm Tennessee afternoon where the dogwoods are still showing off. The grass is brand new green, and a 19-year-old new kid in Chattanooga is about to throw his first pitch in professional baseball. His name on the contract reads Leroy Robert Paige, but you and I in history itself will know him as Satchel. He came out of Mobile, Alabama, 7th of 12 children. Shotgun shacks so narrow, he liked to say that if you fired a shotgun through the front door, the buckshot would sail clean out the back. He went to work at 7 years old at the L&N railroad station, hauling bags for tips, a dime a satchel. And being resourceful, being a hustler, young Leroy rigged up a pole and some rope so he could carry 3 or 4 bags at a time. One of the other porter boys took a look at him swaying down the platform and hollered, "You look like a walking satchel tree." And just like that, friends, Leroy Paige stepped off the platform and Satchel Paige stepped on. There was a stop and reform school. There was semi-pro ball with the Mobile Tigers, and then in the spring of 26, an old Mobile friend named Alex Herman, manager of the Chattanooga club, came calling. $250 a month, $200 up front for Mama Lula. The kid got on the train. Now picture it, Chattanooga, Lookout Mountain, throwing its long shadow over the Tennessee River, wooden grandstand, peanuts and pipe tobacco and red clay infield. The opponent that afternoon, of all teams, the Birmingham Black Barons, the very club that one season later would buy this kid's contract right out from under them. Out to the mound walks a 6'3" string bean, feet that look like they belong to a man 6 inches taller, arms down to his knees, a wind-up so deliberate, so unhurried, it's like he's pouring molasses, and then suddenly the ball is in the catcher's mitt and you don't know quite how it got there. He didn't have that hesitation pitch yet. He didn't have the B-ball, the trouble ball, the midnight rider, the bat dodger. All those gorgeous Satchel Paige names for Satchel Paige pitches were still years away in the laboratory of his imagination. On May 1st, 1926, he had one thing. He had a fastball, and as one rival manager said of Satchel that very summer, he had nothing but a fastball then, but it looked like an aspirin tablet. When the dust settled, Chattanooga had beaten Birmingham 5-4. The kid had won his first professional ball game, and nobody in that ballpark knew what they had just witnessed, because they had witnessed the first pitch of a 40-year career, 40 years, from May 1st, 1926 to June 21st, 1966, when a 60-year-old Satchel Paige would take the mound one last time for the Peninsula Grays of the Carolina League. In between the Black Barons, the Crawfords, the Monarchs, the Black Yankees, stops in Cuba, the Dominican Republic, Mexico, barnstorming against Dizzy Dean and beating him 4 out of 6. Striking out a young Joe DiMaggio in Oakland, by his own count, more than 2,500 ball games, more than 100 no-hitters. One season, 153 games, one season. And then on July 7th, 1948, his 42nd birthday, Satchel Paige put on a Cleveland Indians uniform and became the oldest rookie in the history of Major League Baseball. He helped Cleveland win the World Series. And in 1971, he became the first Negro Leagues player elected to the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. That's why May 1st, 1926 is a date with destiny. Because of that day, the door cracked open, and out of it walked the man who told the world that age is a question of mind over matter. And if you don't mind, it doesn't matter. The man who said, "Don't look back, something might be gaining on you." Well, Satch, 100 years on, we are still looking back and we still can't quite catch you. For Dates with Destiny, I'm Mr. Baseball. Tip your cap, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next pitch.